Hey y'all, welcome to Racing Crafts. Today I'm going to start a new series and it's going to be called Quick Card Tuesdays. These are just going to be quick to go together cards, nothing fancy, not a whole lot of die cutting or embossing and that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. What I have here are a few things. First of all, I've got my card base, just standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card base. I have my 3 3/4 by 5 inch inside. I have 2 lime green 4 by 5 1/4 inch panels. Let me get that aside. I have 2 sheets of this color box bright photo mat pad that I got at Walmart for like $3.50. I'm really liking these papers for as inexpensive as they are. Okay, I have some paper tray ink. I have labels. Let me find it here so I can tell you right. Okay, I have fillable frames 10. I have the stamp set and the die, and I'm using the frame part to go along, and I just cut the die out of a piece of white cardstock, which is here, and that's really the only die cutting, so to speak, that I'm going to do that I know of right now. That's all I've planned. So you know me, it's always subject to change, but as of right now, that is all I plan to do for die cutting or that kind of stuff. Okay, and then I have a sentiment stamp, and it's Hugs and Kisses. Let me get it on. And it is from Hampton Arts, and it is the Our Love Story stamp set, which is this, for those of you who are wondering. Let me move it here so you can see it for sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and I also have a piece of type paper here, and I'm going to use some kind of Memento ink. I haven't decided what color yet. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to be using some kind of ribbon too. Let me grab my ribbon box here, which I have not dug out in forever, so I'm kind of excited about that. Maybe we'll use this polka dot here. Looks good, I think. If not, we'll play and see what we find. Maybe we'll use this black polka dot. That's another option. We'll see. I'll keep my options opened as far as ribbon goes, because like I said, I haven't used it in forever and I need to start using it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in my trimmer here, and I'm gonna cut a 3 3/4 inch by 5 inch piece of this printer paper, typewriter paper, whatever you want to call it. Just one piece. Okay, and then I'm going to be doing a piece of this. Okay, I think I want to do it that way. So let's go ahead and cut it at 3 3/4 inch, and we'll go from there. Okay, and I'm going to cut both pieces at 3 3/4, and then I will play around and see what dimension we want for the rest of it. Okay, and I think I want more of the pink than the purple, but I do want some of the purple. And I think I like that. So let's go ahead and mark that. And I will measure this so I can give you guys a dimension here. All right. And it looks to be about 3 3/4 actually. Yep, 3 3/4. So the pink piece is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 right now. It's not, I guess it won't be by the time we're done with it. And I think that's about where I want it, so I'm going to go ahead and mark it again. And let me go ahead. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and measure this with my ruler just to be sure. Okay, it's about, it's 3 1/8 by 3 3/4. Okay, so 3 1/8 by 3 3/4. And that means that we need a piece of purple that is going to be 1 7/8 by 3 3/4. So let's go ahead and get that cut. Okay. And let's do 1 7/8. And that should fit perfectly. And it does. So you can really make 2 cards out of just those 2 pattern papers. And then all I'm gonna do is just run some of my adhesive around all of the sides and a couple down the center. And I'm gonna start with my purple piece because it's the smaller piece and it's on the right hand side. And I'm right-handed, so it's easier for me. Yeah, it's close. I can just trim off, you know, my little boo-boo section. Okay. There we go. And like I said, just whatever little pieces of white you can just snip off. Not a huge deal. I don't have very many. So that is our start here. And now I'm just going to grab the 2 ribbons and see which I like better. Go back to the drawing board. Ooh, there's a white. Maybe we'll do white. And all we're doing here is covering our joint, so to speak, our seam, I guess would be the better term. And I think, well, the white you can see through. So what if we do the white? I'm thinking. I know that's a scary thought sometimes, but maybe do the white and the blue, black. Decisions. I almost have the perfect ribbon. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. I just have to get my ribbons down off my wall because I see the perfect ribbon. Or what I think could be the perfect ribbon. I think I like that. Let me double check. One more thing. Quick here. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna go with, actually. Whoops. Sorry about the noise, guys. I had to move stuff to get to the ribbon. And I think this is gonna be the winner. So all I'm gonna do is, you can do one of two ways. You can just flip it over and tape it. But I'm gonna go ahead and run just a little bit of adhesive down my center here. And I have more than I really need. But that's okay. I'm not too terribly worried. I have a ton of ribbon laying around. Okay, so there is that piece. And I think this one, I think that might be how I do it. But I do see just a touch of white that I need to get rid of. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and put our layer together. All right, and I'm thinking about going with purple for my ink. So I'm going to use Grape Jelly Memento ink to go ahead and stamp my outline here. And I'm sorry if this is off screen, but I just needed to make sure I got it stamped good. And I'm gonna use, I think I might pull the pink look in and use my, oops, Lilac Posy maybe. Yeah, let's see. We'll test it. I might pull down my fuchsia pink stays on ink. Which is exactly what I'm gonna do. Unless I've got some paper tray ink. I'm going to reach across the camera here, sorry about that. And I really do think I'm going to go with the fuchsia pink stays on ink. Yeah, I'm gonna do the fuchsia pink. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna ink my stamp up. And I'm just gonna line it up in the center the best I can. And if you'll notice, I'm not using my stamp pad, but hey, got lucky enough it worked out okay. And I'm gonna grab my baby wipes here. And I'm gonna clean my stamp off. Okay. And let's go ahead and finish putting our card together here. I'm not going to do any sentiment stamping on the inside. I'm just going to leave it blank. So whoever ends up receiving this card will have a totally personalized message, or, you know, it could end up an Operation Right Home card. Hard to tell. It would actually make a really good Operation Right Home card because it's an all occasion card, and I don't have very many of those, so maybe I'll add it to my stash. Who knows? Alright. And let's go ahead and get this guy in the middle. And I am going to use a couple pop dots. Oops. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just pop one in the middle anyways, since some of these overlap the ribbon anyways. Usually I try not to put pop dots over ribbon, but I'm going to just go ahead and do it. Alright, there we go. And you know what? I think I might have lied. I think I might add one more thing. I have a couple hearts, and I think I'm gonna just stamp those on the inside of my card. Okay. And I think I'm gonna just use the StazOn ink. Okay. And let's do it this way. And I'm going to do one set at the bottom and one set in the top here. Just like that. And that's our card for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.